You are now in the Black Box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, a.k.a. BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Snakewood and that hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spider Loke. You know, I'm in the Black Box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Jeter, gratitude is the attitude. The show is a blessing. To be back in the Black Box and blow us a session as the marijuana-thon continues, as well as the constant, continuous, consistent content creating campaign here in the Black Box. We got a reaction. Boys over at FMW. The title was You Introduced Crip to No Jumper in regards to AD. And there is absolutely no disagreement with that. At a time like this, I'm not trying to go out my way to highlight anyone's cripping whatsoever. However, this is a conversation the homies had, and I'm reacting to it because I found it kind of interesting, just the way the dialogue was going. So with no further ado, let's see what them boys over at FMW have been up to. Oh, my mama.
Hey, man, what'd you learn from all this, man?
Me?
Yeah, what'd you learn from all this shit? Because this is really the shit that you started on YouTube and birthed. You created a wave. Nobody was cripping on No Jumper, and you brought the cripping to No Jumper.
Well,
right?
damn, you see how he just snitched on you?
Listen. And that spun LA into
something
street
else he
niggas.
benefited off of?
No, listen. Into street niggas starting to do.
You know what I noticed? People try to recreate a lot of chemistry, but the FMW boys, they really friends. They partners. And I think that translates well on camera. Same thing with the viral way. These dudes really fuck with each other. So they know each other's limits. They can stretch it, even though they have a different kind of like content base. One situation that I mentioned is a lot more serious, or at least a bit more serious than the other in nature. The camaraderie and the chemistry is obvious. It plays well on camera when you really fuck with your co-host.
Podcasting and street shit. So how do you feel now seeing where this shit has evolved?
As
being the architect.
As being the architect, honestly, bro, this is the same thing. This is a continuation of what niggas used to get mad at Vlad for. They used to say, bro, don't go on Vlad because it's police shit. Now niggas get in front of they buy their own equipment, get in
Our nigga AD make show his feet finna get a highlight. That little mint green is sticking though with that Tanner Brown. Everybody don't know he got Tanner Brown on. Oops, didn't mean to tell him on me. My bad. Nah, the buck was clean though.
front of the camera and try to one up the next nigga about how street they is and shit like that.
Vlad
which is dumb. What is that?
Cameron asked him that. Cameron said, how you feel about everybody saying that you be making motherfuckers, get locked up and shit? And he was like, you can't find one situation where I have made somebody go to jail, my interviews or I'm in any paperwork.
It's a difference when you're conversing with people from the inside of the culture. We naturally know the boundaries of where pretty much not to take the conversation. And when one homie tend to take it a little too far, the rest of the people there typically say, hey, shut it down, and everybody get on point. But when you're dealing with these caucasoids and these non-melanated individuals and they're not from the inside of the culture, you'll see they don't actually have a natural limiter. Even Lush being more familiar, you'll see sometimes he'll try to take a conversation into oblivion when it goes a tad too far. However, he doesn't have any backbone to stick to that when Adam is involved. He'll allow Adam to drag him into some very questionable conversations as well.
I
really just don't like how Pun separated this shit again and put the whole Crip gangbanging YouTube card on you and just faulted you in a hole.
And this,
I really don't.
Yeah, No Jumper and YouTube is two different things. I'm just saying, my lokes.
Please don't get that. You just blamed him for the whole shit.
He started a wave.
You can a wave of the whole shit.
Bro. Give us credit.
If I give him his credit, he's going to jail.
No.
Yeah, I see what T-Rail trying to do. No form of fashion is anyone trying to classify AD as an active member. None of the time he was on the internet creating content. All they're saying is he was, in their assessment, the first individual associated with an actual section that was taking this serious. Now, that's where my debate comes in, because I believe he may be the first on a large platform. But we're going to have to do a fact check. Alex Alonso like to do fact checks and check some dates, man, because your boy been around this thing, and I don't consider this podcasting, but everyone else does. I'm just going live on my personal device. That's how I've always started this black box movement, and that's how I maintain it. But we have seen since then the actual podcasting thing has come into fruition for myself personally. So I'm just interested in the actual dates of our campaign's beginning. Shout out to the homies, though.
Because that's creating.
Now you're making it like
no, because that's creating the RICO.
That's not illegal.
No, this.
You just said he is.
I was the first person from a certain background, from a certain neighborhood.
So you're the leader, right?
No, I'm not the leader.
So that means if you created it, you're the leader.
Hey, hold on, see, you gaslighting. You gaslighting, bro.
That's what you just did, bro.
I got you. He's not a leader.
What I'm saying is,
he's AD.
What I'm saying is, at the time, I knew what to say, what not to say, right?
Shout out to AD, because not just at the time, until this day, AD ain't never led with no cripping. He ain't never tried to, I knew a lot more of what AD was about while he was doing his campaign, and I noticed he never, tried to lead with that. He always stayed with his professional player parlay side. He ain't never been out here beating his chest. Even when things got tense and he had to stand on business, he did it as classy as you can imagine, because ain't never just nutted up and tried to show you he was ignorant. And believe me, he come from an ignorant section with some ignorant. I can attest to that firsthand on my mama.
Or for instance, when Adam used to say, hey, I want to come to your hood day, I wouldn't let him come to a hood day. I would make excuses or do anything like that because
4 extras, take notes, my low. He done been to your section enough. He done seen enough. We as a collective are all becoming currently aware of how detrimental it is to let outsiders in with cameras and shit. Everybody done did it, but you got the biggest spotlight and you dealing with the biggest culprit right now, and you're having those conversations. Today is what? The 5th or 6th, and 10th is coming up. I heard you speaking about it. Just rethink it, Lo. Just think about it. Overthink it over and over. You get enough Adam 22's exposure. You got access, bro. Don't burn it out like that and do nothing that's going to be a detriment to you, cuz.
That's bringing people too close. Something
Internals
and stuff like that.
Cuz said he will sit down with the feds. Bro, you know how any given day, bro, and he over there and something, he peeped the wrong thing or the wrong thing end up on his hardware, you got a situation, perhaps a snitchuation on my mama.
Anything with my homies, you didn't see, other than OG suicide, you didn't see certain homies come around, do stuff. I ain't never talked about crimes or anything that I seen, because at the end of the day, I know that shit could backfire and be used against you. So if anybody goes on camera and they talk about their affiliation and shit that they done seen, yeah, it's cool for the clips, but you see a reflection of what happens now. So if you gonna be dumb and talk about bullshit on these cameras when you got tens of thousands of people watching live and they running it back and you got 100,000 of views and 100,000 of views. Me and Pun just talked about this shit. The police is fans too. These niggas will watch this shit and be like, damn, let me put this together of back then and this and that. I
never looked at you as someone that was spewing just gang shit on someone's platform.
I never did that.
I never looked at you as some Crip member on no jumper. I never looked at you. You never had that type of mentality on there. I looked at you as AD. Nigga, I looked at him as AD.
What you saying, huh?
What are you talking about?
I looked at.
When have I ever?
But I'm just saying.
When I ever was.
He's trying to say he's.
You know I was there. He wasn't there. You know I was there.
I don't have to be in the room. I'm looking at him.
Bro,
listen.
You can represent.
I'm looking at him.
So nobody's not saying. Listen. Nobody's not saying you came on there, nigga, doing what these new wave of street LA podcasts are doing. But you were the first, which many will say,
100%.
first street nigga from LA to be on the internet doing podcasts.
But the people didn't know that.
Listen, bro.
You knew that.
Check this out. I remember when me and BG Knockout first bumped heads on this internet. He was trying to clown me, talking about, niggas, this bloggers, corny ass bloggers and shit. Like, that shit was corny. I recently seen a BG Knockout reaction channel. That's crazy. But that's how long I've been doing this, though. I'm just saying. He said first LA. And you know me. Call me Captain LA, CPT in LA, Captain LA, Compton in LA. Oh, my mama. That's the only question I got. Who was actually first doing this consistent? Shout out to AD for being the first keyway to do it real big, though. Oh, my mama.
Doing podcasts, that was not, AD, when you reached out to me and said, hey, what do you think about me doing this? And you're like, man, people gonna give me backlash. Nobody was doing it. No street niggas was doing it.
What's up, guys, man? Join the millions of fans that played on Underdog last year. With their pick'em game, you can win money by making sports picks. It's time to turn those picks into cash by going higher or lower on player stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and much more. You can win up to 1,000 times your money. Sign up now and deposit using promo code FMW to get $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick. Don't worry about nothing.
Yeah. So
he was a rapper.
Hey, can I talk, bro?
Yes.
Can I talk?
Go ahead, nigga. Go ahead.
You trying to correct me on what we went through and what conversation we had.
I'm trying to correct you on what you're trying to put on AD.
No, it ain't putting on it. It's facts. So when AD took that energy, because them niggas was like bikers and white people shit.
It was totally different.
You know what I mean? So when he came over there, he definitely brought the street side of conversations. And if you could go back and look at episodes, yes, he is saying
he's going to say where he's from.
He's saying Crip stuff, and he is talking street stuff, but not internals. But he is filling a white boy in on certain, like, because a white boy, you know, he don't know shit. Right. So he's filling them in. So that was the first wave of people who were watching the biker content, now watching the conversion go to this type of content. And then it was like, damn. He was the first one in LA doing it. Rapper too.
Yes. But you missing one point. The conversations that me, him, and House Phone had nothing to do with that. I just had the background, and I would give my opinion.
It's making knowledgeable.
I would give my opinion
That's all I'm saying.
Certain things. They're giving their standpoint from their different views of life, and I'm giving my views of life.
Adam is banging your hood.
I never cracked this shit open.
Adam bang your hood.
What?
Adam bang your hood on the show.
As a joke.
Did he bang it? Yes or no?
Yes, as a joke.
Okay, so Crippin' was brought to that platform.
If you know,
listen. Listen.
There's absolutely no debate. AD brought Crippin' to No Jumper. The larger debate about the first affiliated individual creating this content in this media space on a consistent basis, that is a debate. I want to do a fact check. AD, holla at me. What's happening?
Hey, check this out.
All my life, like,
what it is, though?
from my mama house to my daddy house, it was like straight up central.
I'ma tell you how it is. I was raised by the streets. I'm known from the west to the east.
Like 156 to
What a Crip say was cracking.
99th
Blood say
Street.
was cracking. I ain't turning down.
That's how I ended up like
Raised by the
banging.
streets. I'm known from the west to
Like
the east.
970, you did.
What a Crip say was cracking. The blood say was cracking. I ain't turning down now.
Loaded up like a damn, same bandana, all black head to toe, like a bang Santana. Clan of lantanas on the scanner when it's time to trip. Can I be a Los Angeles loc and a Compton Crip? No brain, head pay mag, chomping on tracks. First rap on the map, just say bumping on wax. Relax and get your whole group by boot. By SPI, Boodaroo, and Treetop. True, 1597, fucking with the 400s. Wanna run it in, I'ma let the whole fun it all on a bitch, boy, break a nigga face. Biggest mistake to think you could ever take a nigga play. See, I came up with some CC riders. Cause watch a cack at the center divider. Here in Tyler Pot and Chill. My track, new G homies. G ask the streets about me, I'm a G homie.
I was raised by the streets. I'm known from the west to the east. What a Crip say was cracking. The blood say was cracking. I ain't turning down now. What's happening? I was raised by the streets. I'm known from the west to the east. What a Crip say was cracking. The blood say was cracking. I ain't turning down now.
Streets been a motherfucker, but I'ma play ball. SPI, AD, fucking with the 400, no bleak. Really in the trenches, but I'm strapped when I do it. And money is the mode, yellow tape how I rule. Say it ain't black, West trees, why I do it? So nigga, watch your ass at the center of the vibe. Been getting dope, hella active, can't change ways. Bumping all I know who wanna play games. I'm thinking nobody really catch a body. I don't fuck with these niggas, just be fucking with these niggas. Real street, baby. Really get it, baby. When I show up, I show out. A nigga need a bag. Stick a nigga out. Don't start that video. So who talking? Nigga had to get it, so I'm gonna tell you how I did it. Who more acting? Westside really ride. Bitch niggas.
I'ma tell you how it is. I was raised by the streets. I'm known from the west to the east. What the Crip say was cracking, the blood say was bragging. I ain't turning down now what's happening. I was raised by the streets. I'm known from the west to the east. What the Crip say was cracking, the blood say was bragging. I ain't turning down now what's happening.
Really in it, she get ugly at any minute. Hit the club and done security, sneaking to send me in it. One time's coming, we gon' floor. Chevy got to hit me in it. It was cracking in the hood. They would say that 20 did it up. Kill it on these tracks. I know Flo, he got my back. Stacking dollar with the strap. SBI with that Big Mac. Look, first a couple stacks. Doubt it, better read the stats. When I'm rapping, it's the truth. Every line I speak is facts. Look, my mama said my homies was a bad look. We was sitting in schools trying to steal a couple MacBooks. I was always that nigga to try to rumble up with it. Put a lot of niggas on their ass.
I'ma tell you how it is. I was raised by the streets. I'm known from the west to the east. What the Crip say was cracking, the blood say was bragging. I ain't turning down now what's happening. I was raised by the streets. I'm known from the west to the east. What the Crip say was cracking, the blood say was bragging. I ain't turning down now what's happening.
Nigga in that hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My nigga is Spotter Low.
Spider Loke, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Loke.
Spider Low.
Spider Loke.
Spider Low.
Spider Low, that's my nigga.
Spider Low. Spider Low.
Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mama.
Spider Loke's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Nate Blood, C-Mac, shout out my Loke, Spider Loke, cuz. Nate Blood, on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, Crip.
Point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood Crip, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
You are now in the black box. Whoa! With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!